What's up guys, Matt here coming at you with more Losi Promoto MX stuff. I know I've posted a lot of videos on this thing lately, but it really is just all I want to do. Like, I'm having so much fun with this thing. I'm either running it or tweaking it, tearing it apart, just figuring it out, you know. That's part of the fun for me. And yesterday I tore into this thing, took the motor out, just kind of seeing how hard it's going to be to upgrade. Because down the road when parts are available for this, you know, I'll probably go with some stupid power in one of them just to see what we can do and start breaking stuff. You know, like, I've been pretty easy on this thing so far.
Oh my God. That went.
All right, I have seen it pretty good, but I promise you, once parts are available, this thing, it's full send, like it's on, all right? So you're definitely gonna want to stick around for that. But today I really wanted to talk about just adjusting the slipper clutch, because nobody's really talking about that. At least I haven't seen a video on it. And it's very easy to get to on this bike. So you're gonna pull the foot off of the peg here. I just rest it up on this bar. And then you're gonna need a 10 scale wheel nut wrench. I'll link one in the description that should work for you. And you're gonna go right in through this hole here. Basically that right there, you're on the slipper, you're on the gears. So you're gonna hold your rear wheel and make your adjustments. So to the left, you're gonna loosen that thing up a little bit. Hopefully by doing that, we're going to get a little more slip in there, which is gonna wheelie less. Hopefully keep the front end down and get a little more acceleration. That's really what I want to test out today. Obviously, turning it to the right is going to tighten that thing up, and we're just going to get pop, pop, you know, straight snappiness. Like, and what's crazy is, like, when I seen this thing and I seen it said 2S, I was like, I'm putting a 3S in that. Like, I'm not running 2S. Nobody runs 2S anymore. You know, besides at the track. Once I got this in hand, the 2S is plenty. Like, it's very snappy. Really don't think we need more, but you know, obviously people are going to want more, and it's going to happen at some point. But for me, the 2S is great. But I really just kind of wanted to play around with that slipper to see what kind of adjustments we can make and how it affects the bike. So let's get some running with this thing. We'll just do short little increments of maybe like a quarter turn or something at a time and see how the bike reacts. All right, so we're going to start out stock right here. This is running the Spectrum G2 battery that they recommend. And I'm not gonna punch this full throttle, but I am just gonna give it a pretty good punch. And I'm gonna do this in on-road mode, okay? So, second mode. So you see how much that wheelies and like slaps up and down? All right, I'm gonna try to show you guys right here off the jump so you can see this, but I've got that slipper back way out now, but I can definitely tell the difference. So I'm gonna punch this full throttle. You can hear it. That's zzz. You can hear that slipper. It's hard to drive if you can't see it. I'm trying to stay out of the wet grass down there, because that's definitely gonna affect our traction. You can see there, I've got it backed off so much now, it almost just don't even wheelie. I mean, that's a lot of slip, but full throttle, no wheelie. That's crazy. Would definitely be useful on a track, especially a small track. You can see there, it will wheelie out of the turn a little. My finger slipped off the trigger there, and I'm trying to drive this one-handed. But you can see how it's barely lifting out of that turn. That's so much better. So it's kind of hard to get these shots holding the camera too. So I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod here and just let you watch me turn this and punch it. I mean, of course, you're not going to do that because the bike's like getting all squirrely, but it keeps the front end down if you notice. Whereas before, it was really popping that front end up. So now you can come out of a turn, punch it like that. Wow, that drives a lot better. Turn into the turn, straight out of it. Look at that. Oh, that was close. Almost hit the house. Just loosening that slipper a little bit. That's huge. So I'm gonna tighten it back down to about where I think it was and show you guys what it was doing before. It took a lot of adjustment. I'm gonna try that. Just something you're really gonna have to play around with, but see how it does? Look at that. See how much more it's popping the front end up? I'm doing the same thing I was just doing. Ah, grass. No! So I don't have a ton of room here to show you guys, but it does make a big difference. You can see it hops when I punch it. Now, obviously, you're not just gonna punch it out of the turn all the time. You can be easy with it and feather out of it, but oh, that's pretty neat. Burnout. So you can see this is something you're really just gonna have to play with, and this thing's just gonna beep at us, but I wanted to show you guys how you can just turn the flywheel off to work on this thing. So if you're trying to center up your servo, or you just need to check how your wheel's spinning, chains working, all that, you don't have to listen to that loud, nasty flywheel. So it's really nice they kind of built that in as well. Really, you're just gonna have to play with this. Adjust your slipper some, play with this MS6X knob, because I usually run that at around half or a little less. If you turn that all the way up, sometimes it's like the bike gets confused, especially coming out of a turn. If you're in a turn and you give it just a little too much throttle, like sometimes it just goes crazy and loops out if that's all the way up. So I usually run that a little lower rather than higher. But it's nice that we have all of these adjustments, because we can kind of tweak this thing how we want. I can't wait to get my street tires, because like I mentioned before, I really enjoy running this on the pavement and watching it just react. And this tire is getting ate up. I don't know why, but overall, it's just such a great bike. It's so well designed. I just can't get over how good of a job Losi did with this one. I mean, I've always been a big Losi fan. Like, I've got a 22X4 sitting right here. Like, they've always been my go-to, like, especially even with the track. Like, a lot of people are associated, I love my Losis. I don't know why, but I've always been a Losi fan. This right here tells me why. This is just beyond greatness. I mean, it really is. It's just perfect to me. And I did pick up another bike. We're gonna compare a little bit, so definitely click the subscribe so you get, and click the bell so you get notified of that video. But lots more to come on this, hopefully. Hopefully I can keep enjoying it without breaking it. This jersey is bad. It's getting very bad. So I got some clothes on order. Hopefully we're gonna have some 2FM logoed clothes. So maybe I'll put those up on the merch site if I can get that all panned out. But definitely check out that. I got plenty of merch if you're interested. If not, guys, look, my stuff is priced to where I make the bare minimum they will allow me to make. And I don't even really mention it, but I'm just gonna talk about it now, because if you're interested, this stuff is priced as low as they will let me price it on the site. I don't even care about making money on it. I just enjoy seeing people wear this logo. It's mind-boggling. So thank you to everybody who has purchased merch or just watched a segment of this channel. So let me know what you want to see on this thing, and I appreciate everybody so much. Peace.